Is BigBear.AI stock about to explode in 2024, guys? Here's why Wall Street is keeping a really close eye on this stock, and it's an under the radar play that you might want to consider too. Let's get into it. This is one of the most volatile stocks really in AI right now. It's been going up by 20 or 30% and down by 20 or 30% every single day. So it's one that you have to really, pay attention to if you're on the shorter term trading. I've been able to really make a killing on this stock over the past month just by playing some of these swings and identifying some of these levels. As you can see, it's kind of consistent in the way that it's been finding this support. And I want to kind of break down what might be in the forecast on the chart, on the analysis of the news, and the analysis of the financials. So there's a couple things that you want to consider whenever you're going to be trading these really bullish stocks is you want to identify the levels of breakout and the levels of support and resistance. So simply put, we kind of can see this is a resistance, there's a support, here's a support, support, right? So as you can see, this previous resistance started to act as a support. And that's what happens when you have something that's bullish, right? And then kind of the same deal here. You can see this is a consolidation. We got resistance, resistance. It started to act as a support and it's continued to act that way. And then you could see there's a level right here. Okay, so this is kind of that. This is a resistance right here, and there's this consolidation that happened, kind of got rejected more or less right there. Some support and some support, and now it's kind of like hovering around that level. It's kind of an interesting level to be at, and I'll explain why. And then we had this previous resistance. So now if it breaks up above this previous resistance, like it did right here, you can see it tried to hold above that and really continue this upward direction. Didn't quite hold it. It broke down below to this previous level, but that was actually healthy as it maintains a consistent pattern. And then now we see that it went up to, $4.50 at one point, and then right here $3.83 and down to what was $2.50 before recovering back to what is $3.10 right now. And so if it breaks out above this, there's two reasons why this could be the breakout. If it doesn't retest and kind of drop first before continuing up, which could happen. So you see the move today, 10%, is this is the thing that we want to look at, is that it could break out above this previous resistance, which then it will most likely use as a support. But also we have this moving average. So this 20-day or 200-day moving average is that green line, not the drawing line, which I can just delete to kind of show you this green line. So this green line often acts as a support. Okay, see how it's bouncing here, it's bouncing here. Sometimes it will cross below, which indicates bearishness, and it was holding below that EMA, that blue line. Before breaking above the EMA, it started to then hold above, and it broke above again. So now it's kind of consolidating around this moving average. For it to really continue up, we want to see that it breaks above this moving average like it did today, but that it holds above this moving average and it really doesn't drop further than $2.85, $2.90. And if it does, then it will most likely drop to this level at 250. So we want to see it hold kind of in this range, consolidate, and that would be great indication that we're going to see it continue back up. And if it does, the levels that it will most likely would reach next would be somewhere in the range of $3.50 to $4, which would be about 22% increase. Now, I'm not going to buy right now because I think that we're going to see a little bit of a consolidation here before it continues up, and it could drop down, as we said, because it's right at this moving average. It could get rejected here, as we've seen. So that would indicate bearish momentum. Now, overall, the chart looks pretty good. I like this this bounce that we're seeing, and we could see, like, look at that. That's pretty healthy. It's pretty consistent on the rising support, higher lows, and that's always a good indication that we're starting to see, a really solid uptrend. So, gonna keep you guys updated on it. Again, it's been up to $4.50, so that's like a 50% plus increase we could see here if it continues in this direction. And that's for the shorter term. Who knows on the longer term? Now, There were some things that I want to go over on. So that's kind of the chart. Again, that's what we're doing. And the RSI and MACD are also neutral. It's kind of in that consolidation phase, as we said. The financials of Big Bear, just to kind of reiterate, they weren't looking too hot. Let me just. I was looking for the financials, and usually, there you go. So, okay. Revenue's up 22%. That's great. But their net income is negative 12 million. And they're bleeding down 400% on their net income year over year. So that's not looking good. You're buying what could be. So this is a company that is working in AI, processing large amounts of data points and basically powering decision intelligence solutions for mostly the government and some private companies. So, for example, when you go through the airport, what do? They scan your face, and they work with Denver International Airport as well as Heathrow and some other airports that that allow you to go through, scan your face, and then they move these data points to be able to let you go in, no problem at all. And so that is an example of how they're integrating. So financials, you're buying what could be. It's really not showing signs of cash flow like we would see with a company, like like Apple or Microsoft. You buy those companies, Nvidia, and you're like, yes, this is a cash cow. Look, it's bringing in money consistently, and I love to see it. And that's something that you get when you're on these smaller cap companies, is that they can be a lot more risky, and you're buying what could potentially be growth. Now they have a partnership with Palantir. They got partnerships with a lot of companies in the government space, and I believe they just recently signed a Army deal about a month ago, 165 million. So that's kind of a smaller deal, but really good for them. They signed a deal with Navy AI Maritime. Okay, and there was something else that I noticed that we just saw. I don't know if it was. I don't know what it was for their partnership that really caught my eye. I saw it yesterday. They landed an Air Force. Okay, the Air Force contract, I believe, was kind of big. Let me see. Not any negativity on that. Cyber resilience solution represents significant advancement. So they're doing some space cyber security. Ooh, this might be the company that could be, like we talked about, what AI companies are going to be partnering with Rocket Lab. Oh, I'd love to see it. They partnered with Proof Labs, okay, space and cyber resiliency, which is part of Air Force, I believe. Don't quote me there. Is that right? Yes. Okay, Department of the Air Force, prime contractor. They were awarded, and Big Bear is supporting as a subcontractor for the project. And I'd say that's pretty good news. I think to be near the space industry as well is like pinnacle, right? We're looking at quantum computers, we're looking at the AI markets, and we're looking at the space markets. Like, these are the markets that, if you're going to be in as a company and have momentum, they're kind of bringing that AI space into the space market, which is a good move. So could see that impact their stock, a lot of their revenue, and we'll see kind of what comes of this. A lot of comparison to Palantir right now, and so as we see them bounce and as we see them kind of hold this pattern, a lot of people said, hey, is this going to be just like back here where it pumps and dumps? Is it going to be like a year ago when it shot up to $5 and just dumped? Hey, it's possible it could still, dump at this point, but it seems like they're making the progress they need to make and holding the pattern they need to hold to see it continue in a consistent upward direction. So hopefully it's been valuable for you guys. If you want to get all of the best AI, tech stocks, quantum computer stocks, and be a part of space industry investing, make sure to subscribe. Do hit that like button if I earned it, and do consider subscribing. So guys, again, we have our AI stock trading system that's launching December 20th. So if you want to get access, to a system that will change the way that you invest. It's really revolutionary. I'd love for you guys to be a part of it. And the value that you're going to get is outside of anything else that I've ever offered. I think it's going to be one of the most powerful systems that's released for AI stock investing. And so I'm very excited for it. I look forward to you guys getting access. You can get on the first access list for free. It's that first link in the description to join. So again, first link down below to get first access. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.